Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today, as you can see, we are back under the Montego, and we are going to attempt to change the coil springs in here and the rear shocks. So I'll get the camera turned around and we'll get started. We'll be right back. So you can see the first thing that we did here was unbolted the shock mounts at the bottom, and again that's just a 3/4 inch bolt. So we've got that undone and loosened, and now we'll use the bridge jack. We'll jack the car up and see if the rear end drops far enough with the tires on to pull the springs out. If not, we're going to have to pull the wheels and tires off of here to get the rear end to drop down far enough. So we'll be right back once we see what's going on here. Okay guys, so yeah, the spring pretty much just fell out of here. I'm afraid to show you how hard it is. Maybe I can do this here. Hang on, let me just put the camera here and get in here. This one will probably fight me. So they come out of here pretty easy. It's loose, so it just goes up over top of that pocket, and the rubber piece falls off there, and kind of wiggle it here one-handed. If I could do it with two, I'd get it out, but again, there. Spring comes out that easy. And then just remember that there's a top here, and then that little piece of plastic will fit back up into there. So now we'll just we'll come and we'll push the new springs in, and we'll show you what they look like once they go in. But it's the same as taking them out, pull them out, push the new ones in, and then we'll get at undoing the top shock mounts and getting the shocks out of here. So I'll probably do the shock mounts now while I can get at them easier. So we'll be right back. So as you can see, we've got the old shocks out. Again, you kind of got to hold the, because they're so rusty, you got to hold the body of the shock with a big, we just held it with a big channel lock, and I was able to bust these 9/16 nuts off of here. These are 3/4. Again, when you're installing these rear shocks, you want to have the more compressed coils here to the top, because they're a little bit, there's a few more coils in here, but these coils go to the top. You can see that these don't have any tight coils in here, and it appears that these springs are just a little bit heavier gauge. I can maybe get the calipers out. We can measure it if anybody wants to know. And then these rubber or these little plastic cups will go in like so. I'll get the calipers. We'll measure. We'll see what we'll see how thick these are. They appear to be heavier by looking at them with my eye, but we'll just confirm that if anybody wants to know. So I'm not going to get the exact reading here, but here's the coil, like so. I know you can't, it won't really focus to get in there, but we'll just kind of do a little bit of a grab here, and we'll go to here, and I mean, again, I'm not going to measure it, but they are, this is, you know, the calipers are a little bit looser on here, so there is a bit, you know, heavier of a coil in here. So we'll get these stuff back in the car. We'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll get to putting the shocks back in it. Okay, everybody. So we've got the new coils in. Again, it's just getting them located up there in the pocket and holding them there till you lower the car body back down on top of the pocket. But they're in there now. I mean, they're a little bit loose yet because we don't have the car lowered all the way down. But now that we've got them there, we'll put the top shock mounts in, and then we'll bring the car down or pull the shocks out and put the shocks in the car. So we're just about done. We'll bring you back once we get the shocks in. It's a pretty simple procedure, but as soon as we get the shocks back in, we'll show you, and we'll give it a few bounces, and we'll let the springs settle in, and we'll see if it brings the ride height of the car up any. That's what Jason's hoping for. Well, just again, guys, when you're putting in new shocks, the orientation of the hardware. So this will go on first. You can see the bushing has like a small diameter here and a large here. The small diameter goes like so, and then the shock will go into the body, and then you'll have this like so and like so, and that's how that will go into the body. So we'll get this reinstalled, and we'll bring you back once it's in the car. Okay, everybody, I just wanted to bring you in here. You know, again, we don't know if these shocks had ever been changed. To me, with this mount at the bottom and this mount at the top, to me they looked, you know, and they're sacked out. To me, they looked like they were probably a factory deal. Again, we wiped them off here, and we do have a factory part number on here and a code and Motocraft. So, you know, they could have been changed at the dealership at some point, but the way they're sacked out, and it's only got 76,000 K, I would assume, don't assume anything, but I would assume that these are the factory code. Any of you guys out there in Ford land and Motocraft land, Y2LB Motocraft 030F 1808C AA. If you can break down that code, maybe you can give us a date, manufacturer on these, and we'll kind of know that these came from the factory original. And then if we get that, maybe Jay's going to hang these up in his shop as part of the old factory original junk. Okay, so we've got the shocks mounted at the top, and we'll let the car down and lower them into the bottom there. And Jason kind of wants to give it a pss, 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 pss. So I'll let him give him a pss, 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 pss. And then we'll lower it down, and Jay will hold the shocks here as we get the bolts kind of in the right spot. We can always push these shocks up a little bit to get them to fit in, but I'll let Jay do his pss, 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 pss. And we'll let it down and see if the ride height changes. We were here at about 26 inches from here to here, and we'll see if it brings the ride height up just a little bit. We'll be back. So we got the car back down on the suspension. Rear end's kind of been given a coat of that rebuild black, so we rebuilt that. Again, if we pull on here now, I'll get Jason to pull on here and then let it go. We've got perfect rebound there, so the other shocks were pooched, and those new springs seem to be you know, helping the lift. So we got another inch and a quarter. So we got 27.5 now, right, Jason?
27.5.
So we got 27.5 from here to the ground, and we had 26.25 before. So we got a good inch and a half, or inch and whatever quarter lift out of the car. And just kind of by looking at it, kind of hard to tell, but it does have a little bit of a rake to it. So there, we're done pretty much. So guys, there's Jason. I didn't have Jason much in this video. You guys have seen enough of Jason. There's his pretty face again.
There's my face.
Yeah, but again, so we're done, and we got a little bit better ride height on the car. Like I said, roughly an inch and a half of ride height on the back. We got a little bit more of a rake on it, which looks pretty good. So the new rear springs and the shocks are in the car. And this is the end of the video, and I want to thank everybody for watching. Remember to like, share, and smash that subscribe button. Every bit helps. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks, Jay.
Oh no, thank you, and thanks Mike for everything. Project Montego definitely couldn't be without you. So thank you very much.
Excellent. You're welcome, and we'll see you guys in the next one later. Bye now.
Bye now.